I'm your host, Kelly Morgan, indie author and indie publisher. Welcome to another episode of The Author's Mic. Welcome to today's episode. Hey everybody, Kelly here. Welcome to another episode of The Author's Mic. So today, the first Wednesday in April, I want to ask a really simple question. And the question is why? Why did you decide to put your book into the world? Now, I know to some of you, it may sound very obvious. You may say, well, because I wrote the book, right? But because you wrote the book and putting it out into the world are two very different things, right? Writing the book is one decision, but publishing it and putting it out into the world is a completely different decision. And the moment that you make that decision, something changes. Your words are no longer just yours. They now exist in a public space. People will read them. They will interpret them. Some will connect. Some will misunderstand. All will probably critique, but hopefully most will be moved by them. I think that's what we all want as authors, that the words on the page that we wrote, somebody will read and it will make an impact in their life. And that, y'all, is a beautiful thing. But I think that it's also something that deserves a moment of pause, because when we start talking about publishing strategies and marketing tactics and algorithms and all the noise that exists in the indie world, I think it's important to sit with the decision itself. Why are you doing this? Is it because there's a story inside of you that needed to come out? Is it because you believe your message might help someone who's walking through a similar situation? Or is it because you're building something bigger? Maybe a speaking career, maybe a business, or maybe a publishing platform. Or maybe it's something personal, right? Maybe it's something a little bit more personal for you. Maybe it's legacy, right? It very well could be all of those for you. Maybe you want something that will exist long after you're gone, right? Something that your family can hold in their hands and say, these were their words. And I will tell you something, all of those reasons are valid. But understanding your reason matters more than people realize, because that why is the thing that's going to carry you when the excitement wears off. And I'm here to tell you, it will wear off. Once the book is out, you guys, you will start encountering parts of the author journey that people don't always talk about, right? There is a learning curve, right? You've got to learn publishing systems and distribution platforms, and you've got to learn about visibility and outreach and marketing language. And you've probably never had to think about any of these things before. You were just focused on writing that book and getting it out there. And then there's a whole emotional side to this journey, right? You start sharing something that you've created, and once it's out there, people will respond to it in a way that you cannot control. Now, honestly, some of your readers are going to love your work. They're going to love it. They're going to follow you. They're going to be loyal followers. And then some people will not connect with it. They won't like it. And trust me, they will rush to the airways to tell everybody about how they didn't like your work. Some may never even see your book unless you help them find it. And then there's the reality that the publishing space can be a little wild, right? The publishing space can be crazy. It can be pressure filled. It can be all of these things. And you know what? In my journey, I have found that there are amazing people in this industry. But I have also found that there are people who are willing to sell expensive promises to new authors who are simply just trying to figure things out. So before you run headfirst into all of that, I think it's worth asking yourself a few honest questions. And I had to sit with myself and ask these questions as well. Number one, why do I want to publish this book? And whatever your reason is, it's your reason. But remember that why is going to keep you motivated when times are silent, when you think nobody's listening. Trust me, that why is going to keep you motivated on the days that this feels very heavy. All right. So, why do you want to publish the book? What do you hope happens because you published a book? Like what is the end game for you? Like what is the outcome? What are you going for? What do you hope happens because you published the book? And then ask yourself this, am I writing this as a one-time experience or am I stepping into something bigger when I say I'm an author? I'll repeat that one more time. Am I writing this as a one-time experience, or am I stepping into something bigger when I say I'm an author? Because here's the thing. You can absolutely write the book and be done, right? A lot of people do. A lot of people will write the book and then they're done. Many people will write the book and then they'll share their story and then they'll share it with the world, right? And that chapter of their life is complete. They wanted to write a book, they wrote a book, and they published a book. And that's all they wanted. But some people discover that publishing a book opens up doors that they didn't even know existed. It can lead to new conversations, it can lead to new ideas, it can lead to new opportunities, and sometimes it can lead you down an entirely new path, right? Um, Neither one of those outcomes is better than the other, right? But the difference starts with awareness. So before we go further into the month of April, before we talk about strategy or before we talk about systems or anything like that, I want to invite you to sit with just one simple question. Why does your book need to exist in the world? Right? Simple. Why does your book need to exist in the world? Because once you understand that answer, the rest of the journey starts to make a lot more sense. Now, next week, y'all, we'll be taking the conversation a little further, and we'll be talking about something that many authors never actually define. And that is, what type of indie author are you trying to be? What kind of indie author are you trying to be? All right. So ask yourself this question this week. Why does your book need to exist in the world? And then next week, we'll cover what type of indie author are you trying to be? All right, let me give you my laundry list of things before I let you go. If you are creative in this space, I have guests on the Author's Mic every Monday. I would love to have you as a guest. Go to my website, go to the Be a Guest tab, fill out the information. Boom, you're a guest. If you are on your writing journey, I have a free guide on my website. It's called So You Want to Write a Book. It's free. Go download it. It's yours. Start your journey, right? It is 100% free. You will have to pony up an email address. If you are interested in supporting me as an author, I've got 2 books out there. Wait for It, which is print and audio, and You Sound White, which is just print. I will send them to you. I've got some free goodies. If you choose to support me, I appreciate you. And if not, you know what, y'all, that's okay too. However, I'll send them to you, but you can get them wherever good books are sold. And I have also launched TrustBridge. That is my curated introduction service. If you are an author who is looking for visibility, podcasts, bookstores, book clubs, my curated introduction service can do that for you. I will create the media kit. I will do all the coordination, all the heavy lifting for you. Go to my website, go to TrustBridge Author Services, and learn all about it and see if it's something that you are interested in. Again, y'all, no pressure. And then lastly, we have a book club, y'all. It is called the Indie Reader Society, the RRS. The IRS, right? And the reason why I started this book club was to help authors get, number one, their book in the front of book clubs, and to see if we could help put as many eyes on your book as possible. So you can join us as a reader. My goal for 2026 is to grow this book club as big as I can get it. I started with 0, and last I checked, with the time I'm recording this, we had 27 members. So that's great, y'all. That's so good. And I would love to see it get bigger than that. Why? Because every time we read an indie author, think of all the eyes that we put on that person's book. And that could be you if you decide to pitch us. So go to my website, go to the pitch your book so you can join us as an author. Pitch your book. We may pick up the book and read it. You can join us as a reader. Go to the website, go to join the Indie Reader Society. It's free to join. All right, y'all. Today we talked about the why. And remember, ask yourself this question. Why does your book need to exist in the world? All right, y'all. I'll catch you next Wednesday. Go out and make it a great day.